Set on a Mississippi plantation in the early to mid 1800s, The Prophets follows the lives of those living on the plantation, both enslaved and enslaver. And at the heart of the story are two enslaved men named Samuel and Isaiah. Since meeting, Samuel and Isaiah have shared a bond, a connection that's developed over time into a relationship, and their love for one another has been seen by most of the other enslaved people as something special, something sacred in a way, and something that should be respected. And Samuel and Isaiah live and work with the livestock in the barn, kind of separate from the rest of the plantation. So they sort of have their own sanctuary there. And one day, one of the other enslaved people who has been following the religious teachings of the plantation owner, sort of in an act to gain favor, plants this idea that Samuel and Isaiah's relationship could threaten the status quo of the plantation. And that sort of sets the story off into motion. Each chapter is told from a different perspective, from a different character, and Robert Jones Jr., the author, really takes time to develop these complex characters, not only just the enslaved people and the family that owns the plantation, but also characters from pre-colonial Africa and the beginning of the slave trade. And he really ties all of those narratives together in a really thoughtful way. His writing is very beautiful, it's very lyrical. I read somewhere that this book took him about 14 years to complete, and I think that's really evident when you read through it. It just reads as something that has taken so much time, and it has relied on a number of different people to get here. And I think, Robert Jones Jr., the author, really takes time to honor the legacies of writers like James Baldwin and Toni Morrison in his own writing. And the book is really a testament to Black queer love. And, something like this is not something that we see a lot in books. We don't get a lot of narratives of Black queer love during slavery. And I think that this book is really a culmination of a lot of different authors and their efforts to kind of reach this point where these stories are told. And it's, it's a really beautiful book. Some passages are, difficult because the subject matter is rather difficult, but at the end, this book is all about love, it's about hope, and it's about liberation. And I really hope you take time to read this and kind of let it ruminate. So please enjoy.